Welcome to the news with JSmooth, okay? So, first things first, and some of the biggest news that's come out, Westbrook wants out. Recently, Westbrook has stated that he want out, reported by Sham, so we know it's not fake, right? He said he has a problem with the culture, and he also wants to be the man. Culture, accountability,
Yikes.
and the man. So, he wants to be
Yikes.
he wants to have the what's it called, like a main leadership role, or like be the focal point, main playmaker. So how do y'all feel about this?
I've been waiting
All right, let
a
Bino
few days.
Yeah, let Bino go first.
As a known Westbrook defender. Bro, first of all, there's a lot of reports saying that Westbrook doesn't want to play like with Harden, and Harden doesn't want to play with Westbrook. That's all cap. I think all of that is cap, and there's no official like Westbrook. Was in the Instagram comments calling cap. PJ Tucker was posting caps on social media. I think people just trying to, they just love hating on anything that Westbrook and Harden does, bro. Like the media, they love that shit. It's just this free views, man. It's clickbait. You got clowns like Kendrick Perkins out here talking about Harden doesn't talk to the front office, and then the next day a report comes out saying that Harden's been talking to the front office like every day. Like, who's your source, bro? Like, this is crazy. But when it comes to Westbrook, in my opinion, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think they're going to try and keep him on the team. So there's no point in discussing any trade rumors because he's going to be wearing number 0 Houston. You know what I'm saying?
What I think, I believe I somewhat agree with Bino. Like, I don't think a team really wants Russell Westbrook, especially with how he plays now, and especially as the main guy. We saw what happened with OKC. Like, that didn't really work out. I've heard teams like the Knicks and the Hornets. First off, who are they giving up to? Like,
I'm down with the Hornets, man. I'm down with the Hornets.
There's an actual trade for that, but
Yeah, the Hornets could. Yeah, the Hornets could do something.
I like the Hornets trade, bro.
I guess, but the Knicks one is just no. I can't see that happening.
It's literally god awful.
I don't like. The
Yeah.
Rockets wouldn't want anything. And if it came to RJ or Mitchell Robinson, like, the Knicks wouldn't do that. Hopefully, I hope not.
Yeah, I wouldn't give up Mitchell Robinson in any trade package
Or any pick, really.
You're not giving up any young player or any asset that has positive value.
I mean, they have a Mavericks pick. They have a Mavericks pick they could
Not
trade.
even
I
that,
guess.
No, you're not giving up.
But
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you this right now, bro. Westbrook right now he's probably behind John Wall in what's it called?
Okay, they're so disrespectful. Don't ever say that again, bro. Don't ever say that again.
In terms of value, bro, he has the worst contract in the league, and you do not want to.
Who, Westbrook?
Take that one.
The worst.
Ooh,
Yo, you're actually.
I don't know. I don't know.
Stop it,
John
stop
Wall
it,
is
stop
up
it,
there,
stop
man.
Like I
20
said, besides John Wall and Blake Griffin.
27.
Blake is up there too.
27,
Tobias
7.
Harris.
Like I said, but bro, Tobias.
No, Tobias is bad.
You know
It's
Tobias.
bad.
27, 7 and 7,
Tobias
50% from the
can still
field,
fit on
bro.
any team. That's what I mean. Tobias can still fit on any team you put him on.
27, 7 and 7, bro.
Like I know Westbrook averaged 27, 7 and 7, but you put him on like you have to put him on a team, and you have to build that team around him for him to be successful. And even then, that's not going to get you far. You know?
And another thing about Russ is, I'll say this: I've been very critical about Russ over like the course of my existence on YouTube. But the thing about Russ is, he is such a great player that he can will a team to the playoffs with little around him. All you really need to do is give him some shooters, and hell, we saw in 2017 without shooters, he was still able to take them to the playoffs with Andre fucking Roberson.
But he could shoot back then. Westbrook now.
He wasn't a great shooter though. He was all right. He had this thing about Russ. He had streaky shooting performances, and that year he was just a little bit more luckier than the other years. Let's just be honest. 34%. He can only pray to shoot that again, especially on that many attempts. 7 attempts a game. Man, that's he.
Bro, I swear, going back and watching film, you would swear Westbrook was like the greatest shooter in the league, bro.
Yeah, he had some crazy shooting games. I have to give it to him. He had some very crazy shooting performances. But the thing about Russ is he can do all of that in the regular season, but once the playoffs come, due to his terrible late game decision making, due to the fact that he's not a great 3-point shooter, he's at danger of throwing your team out of the first round. That's just who he is. And you could excuse the first year. You could say Paul George, right? Against Utah, right? No. You could say, just wait. I'm just giving all the excuses because this is what the Russ fans tell me. You could say Paul George, and you could say, what was the first year? He didn't have help against the Rockets. And if you want to say the Blazers,
facts.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I said that's fine. And then the Blazers series, I really don't think there's an excuse for that. But hell, look at this year. He finally gets out the first round, and even in the first round, they won in spite of him. They won in spite of Game 6 is one of the worst endings that I have ever seen any all-star caliber player have, to not only airball an open mid-range jumper that the defense gave you, but then you throw one of the stupidest turnovers I have ever seen. That was one of the dumbest plays, even for Russ's standards, and they're already low. So I don't know, man. The fact that people keep defending this guy and acting like he should be given passes, I don't understand. He might have the worst contract. He might, because he takes up so much cap. He's so ball dominant. That's to the point that you have to build your team around him, and you know it's not going anywhere when you do that. So I don't know. Maybe the Knicks can get him, but I think he should just stay put, to be honest.
All right. I mean, back to the also like Harden and Westbrook thing. I still don't agree with the whole Westbrook and Harden can't play with the big thing. Like, who be coming up with these narratives, bro? Like even last part when we talked about it, and we were like, the team isn't as good as when they would say when they went small ball, like when they had Capella on the court. The offense was still good though. It's not like the offense was terrible when it was Westbrook, Harden, and Capella on the court. Like once Westbrook got into his groove, bro, even with Capella on the court, like I don't know. I think when Westbrook is healthy, he's a beast, and then I'm gonna stick to that.
I'll tell you this. Right? If they played the playoffs, right, and they still had Capella, they would have been smoked even more. You know why?
Yep.
You have two people that you don't have to guard on the perimeter, which means you can ignore two. I mean, Capella and Westbrook, they both bring rebounding. Yeah, that's nice, but they're still being ignored, and teams are gonna force them to shoot. That's my problem with Westbrook. If you saw in the Rocket series, they weren't putting AD on him just because, oh man, he'll kill everybody else but AD. They put it on him just so once he doesn't have the ball, AD is allowed to help even more, and AD's mobile enough to stay in front of him when he drops. And it's just
now I want him to have to guard like PJ Tucker, where he has to guard off ball and shit.
Yeah. Now I was saying that for the people that say like they went small ball specifically, like say like for Westbrook, but it's like
what they did. They did.
I don't necessarily. I think that was more just a stats move.
Okay, then why didn't they do something like that when they had Chris Paul?
Well, I think it has something to do with Westbrook and Harden, like in general. Like they think that spacing just makes because their whole
Harden
offense
can do this without that. Harden can put up better numbers. He even went through a slump. Harden can put up better numbers even without that. So like, what are you trying? Like, regardless, it doesn't really. It helps Harden, but he doesn't need it. So who are they doing it to help?
That's true.
They're doing it to help Russ. Let's just be honest.
I don't know. I still don't think that's a move that needed to be made, but I also don't hate the move because they got a better player in Rocco. So.
Yep, and they still lost. They went from losing 4 games to losing 5 games, bro.
Yeah, could have been swept. Really,
shit, man.
I mean, it could have been 6 games if Westbrook and Harden ain't choking
and
games.
First round pick, bro. They have no assets.
They have no future.
They should, honestly, bro, because this is also a part of the news segment as well. How like everything, their culture and everything's been coming out. You heard like Trevor Ariza news and stuff. How he said like what's it called? I forgot what exactly he said.
The culture was cancer.
Yeah, the culture wasn't good. Also was talking about Harden barking at him, and it's just like you look at that team, bro, and it's like I honestly think they should blow it up and reset because there's no point to just compete for nothing.
I think they're doing that. I think they're running it back one more.
I think honestly though, I kind of agree with you, JSmooth, but like here's the thing. Like I also want them to give Steven Silas a chance
Me
because
too.
like I honestly I really like him, bro. He's cool. Like he's cool. Like I actually like if you watch his press conferences, you know, he's excited to coach the team, you know, and he's been a assistant coach for 20 years. You know, like he's been grinding. And I kind of want him to get an opportunity, you know, especially when you got coaches like David Blatt getting opportunities. Like, come on. Like he deserves to have his fair opportunity. And I want him to have it with James Harden and Russ, you know.